Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am here with Sarah.
Hello.
She's my best friend. She's a real cool chick. Got her own money. She don't need no man. I hype her every time because she's my best friend. All right, so Sarah's here, which means it's always a good day.
It's always an interesting day. It may not always be good, but it'll at least be interesting.
Jeanette says question number 9, Buttigieg is from Indiana, not Michigan. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Thank you. Let me see. So 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. And we have an excellent community because of you. Thank you. All right, everybody, we've got questions.
Yes, we do. Real quick, he lives now in Michigan, which is why I said home state, because that's where his home is. So that may not be where he's from, but that's where he's living. So thank you, Jeanette. At least according to Ye Old Daily Beast. So.
And the star of the show, the original pilot of the Millennium Falcon, Boo Boos and Kitty. One of these days, you've got to have him finally getting his getting accepted into Starfleet.
Yes. I'm finally getting around to watching Picard. We're in season 2, like 3rd episode in.
Yeah.
There's entirely too much John Delancey for my personal taste, but you know how I feel about that. So neither here nor there. Okay. But it's the storyline's really. I'm not going to spoil anything. That might have been a small spoiler for somebody who hadn't seen it, but it's good. It's very, very
Tigress good. Tigress says your ears are adorable, which is hysterical. That Tigress is saying your cat ears are adorable. Yes. Perfect.
Yes, we kitties have to stick together. So, okay, we have some questions. My gosh.
Sorry, quickly before we jump in, Michelle, I don't know who that is. Oh, I know who that is. No, I haven't. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Thank you. Have you contacted Eliza for Friday's fundraiser? What time is it again? It is going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time. Now, that reminds me, and I'm going to cover you up for just a second, Miss Sarah.
Sure.
Because I need you, everybody out there, if you're within the sound of my voice, I need your help. I really need your help. So there's a link in the chat. It's pinned in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Pinned at the top of the chat. And also we'll put it in the description box and the link in the description box and maybe even in the comments if we get to it. But I need your help. Coming up with political questions and answers for the fundraiser on Friday. It's we need things like here. Let me give you.
I put an example in the description. I mean, in the community thing, like the Matt Gaetz question.
Okay. Well, let me. But let me share this. Hang on. Share screen.
And Jen Glenn, she's not planning on being on this evening for State of the Union.
But my gosh, the Republicans are just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I believe here. Can you see this? Just need to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So you can see this. Actually, it turns out this needs to be third by champagne. Okay, but anyway, okay, so this is what I need. I need things like name something and then like in this case, it's Kevin McCarthy should be given after losing 14 times. And then I've got a lifetime supply of humble pie. The door, or showing the door. A participation gavel. A copy of How to Make Friends and Influence People. So that's what I need for you guys to help me. But it needs to be clean. That's the only thing.
Yes.
I need it to be political, and I need it to be clean. And I understand some people can't afford to contribute to a fundraiser with money or what have you, but this would be huge. This would be a huge contribution. We're looking anything funny, anything amusing, but we really need as many questions as possible. Yes, I agree, Ramona. He should be given the door.
And right now you're looking for questions, not necessarily answers.
Oh, no, I am looking for answers.
Okay.
No, I
thought you were doing the
I will try to later, but at this point it's actually more important to have as many questions and answers as possible.
Okay.
Because I don't think we're going to be able to do it the traditional Family Feud way.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry if I just flipped things around on you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're absolutely good.
Joyce says on it. Great. Awesome. Yeah, Melissa, the boot, that would have been excellent. Kathy says your cup. Ah, there we go. Thank you. And yes, it really needs to be clean. So, okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and I'm sorry.
No. I wasn't quite up to date.
No.
Now I am. We're good to go.
I wasn't communicating well. It's on me.
You're good. It's not like you hadn't had anything going on lately, but it's the bonbon thing. You've just been sitting there eating the bonbons and not.
Oh yeah, nothing going on.
Nothing going on.
Not doing anything. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna turn my phone
Roxy says, "Morning, Sarah. You look so pretty today in your cat ears."
Thank you. Okay. State of the Union is 8:00 Central. So do with that information what you will. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Considering it usually goes on for a couple of hours, and then you've got responses afterwards. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Fun times. Okay, so at 8 minutes even. This is the kind of news I live for. Towards the end of his presidency, Donald Trump sued the New York Times, Washington Post, and CNN for running stories alleging that his 2016 campaign colluded with Russia. As of this last Friday, all of those cases have been dismissed. Now, Trump is being roasted online for being bench slapped repeatedly.
Bench slapped
repeatedly. How will his ego handle it?
How will his what handle it?
Ego handle it.
Oh, okay. Oh, Rose, Austin area still no power. Yikes. Sorry.
No, you're good. Ricky, I'm not sure. My youngest sister, when I say that she's into Mardi Gras, her fiance proposed at the last Mardi Gras, and then they're having a Mardi Gras themed wedding this year. Her bachelorette party is being held at a Mardi Gras ball. When I say that she's reserved a whole portion of a block along the route here at the local parade and her own porta potty because she's not sharing with anybody else. I don't blame her. So she's like, if y'all want to come over here, we've got our own spot. It's going to be roped off. We'll have our own potty. And I'm like, that might be acceptable because I won't have to people. Y'all know me, peopling. But I will be just within my own group of people. So perhaps, maybe.
I did not know this. That's exciting.
Yes. We'll see.
Darren, I'm with you. I have zero desire to listen to Sarah Huckabee Sanders drone on and on. Yeah. Anything that she has to say, I don't want to hear it. But I did read on that yesterday, day before, and it was saying that this might not go quite as well as she thinks it will.
Yeah. You mean make it big?
You don't have to. This is how's Trump's ego going to handle this? Well, we're liking it. All of those cases.
Just the whole bench.
Bench slapped. I'm sorry, that's awesome.
Suburban, I could have gone the rest of my life without that as a mental image.
That's true.
Bitch. Okay. Just kind of sort of pick up. I just mentally am thinking of like the Hulk with Loki, but like with the bench and Donald. And
metaphorically speaking, yes.
Metaphorically speaking, not that would be no.
And him in the divot of the floor going,
yes.
Okay. The Emperor that cost him a lot of money. That cost him a lot of legal fees to bring those cases, and it got him nothing. And yeah, and he still thinks he can do something. He can cow people. But he's drowning financially, and under all the legal stuff, he is drowning. It's a burden. He's sinking. I mean, this is a card of either a miser or somebody who doesn't have enough money. But there's this, but he spent that sending all these people to work. He thinks, well, he can keep doing garbage like this, but this just feels like the weight of it, the burden of what he's himself doing. He's sinking. And it isn't just that the judges said nil point. It's that financially this is killing him.
I mean, he's sinking in a quicksand of his own making. This is entirely
he is the
walking embodiment of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
And all 7 deadly sins.
Yes.
Pride, ding. Greed, ding. Gluttony, ding. Lust, ding. Wrath, ding.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. This next one isn't quite as much. 1315, my favorite, and I use that word. Yeah, can't stand. Ali Alexander has been waxing poetic lately of how he started a riot for Trump, how January 6th was all my idea, and how he red-pilled Kanye into supporting Trump. He's also been talking about how big his Rolodex is and how intertwined he is with the RNC. Will this guy ever face repercussions for his actions, or is he getting away with things because he knows too much?
I thought he was hauled into court.
He was. And they didn't do anything. They didn't charge him with anything. They did a deposition. That was it. He faced nothing. Scot-free. I don't even know if he got fined. And if it was, it wasn't much.
Okay. That was weird. I couldn't. It was like right in the middle of it. It was like I didn't have a next card. It just stopped. What?
Odd.
Yeah. Again. If we get this as the card of the reading for a third time, do we win a prize? Page of Cups, Two of Cups, Lovers, Three of Wands, Nine of Wands. It sounds like there's actually more behind the scenes against him than he knows about. And he is right. He is right in the middle. He's right in the middle of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a mental image of him just going in increasingly smaller, like the circle just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. He's not moving forward. He's not going forward. It's just, he's just kind of going in a circle, and then the circles just get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, let me see if I can pick up anything else on that. I mean, I'm not getting justice, aggressive law enforcement, but thank you, Sharon. Okay, there are some investigations going on. I don't know if it's Jack Smith. I don't. There's
right. There's something.
I don't think it's Jack Smith actually, but there's something like at the DOJ. Okay. I don't know that he's entirely out of the woods, but King of Wands, Six of Swords. He definitely, he knows some people, which has helped him. He may have given some information, maybe, but there's I still got a card here of him going up the river
in some form or fashion. Yeah,
but it's between Trump and other powerful Republicans, so it's almost like there's somehow he's, I don't know how he would be protected, but
okay,
this is weird. Tell me he's not planning something else.
Yeah, could do.
Well, he's going to keep on keeping on. He thinks him getting into trouble. It's like he was really scared, and then he's the big bully, and he's gonna do other stuff to get himself into trouble. That's what I'm getting. There is still some investigation he's involved, but I guess it's saying that the only consolation we can take right now is that people like this, they don't do stuff like this and then just see the error of their ways and live on the straight and narrow. And no, his he give him enough rope, and he's got a macrame. Thank you, Lois. Thank you. Love your energy. Oh, thank you.
Okay. Well, we've had some discussion about State of the Union, so let's go look at that for a minute.
Okay.
At 19 even. At least one member of Congress, Representative Mary Miller of Illinois, is boycotting Biden's State of the Union this evening, while others stay home too.
Is there a question about balloons?
Yeah, it's next.
Because we haven't talked about, I would love to know what's going on astrologically that we're all talking about balloons. Everybody's talking about balloons. Republicans, the State of the Union. acting badly. There's a time and a place. There really is. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Thank you. There is a time and a place for protests. There's a time and a place to be heckling.
Mm-hmm.
And a State of the Union, isn't that?
Yeah.
You don't heckle people when they're talking, when you don't heckle McConnell when he's talking on the floor. You don't heckle McConnell when he's who heckles McConnell when he's at a podium talking to the media.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Are they going to stay home though? Enough to make a difference? Because that would be lovely.
Good. One of them's not going to be here. Yay! I'm not getting them staying home, but I am getting it. Biden's going to do a good job.
Good. And that'll lead more into some of the other that we've got here, but
that's just all I'm getting.
Okay. All right. At 2140. Many GOP are planning to bring balloons to the State of the Union. Will McCarthy and McConnell even attempt to rein in their people?
White balloons? You mean 3 of these things went over the U.S. when Trump was president?
Which Trump denies.
Uh-huh.
Never happened.
Uh-huh. But these idiots are going to bring balloons as a way to...
Well, it started off as, wouldn't it be hilarious if someone brought balloons? And then it's just all, I really hope somebody brings balloons. To, I might bring some balloons. It snowballed.
For what? They think this is a dig at Biden?
Yes.
But he actually took care of the problem. And three went during Trump, and
crickets. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we can just assume.
Azalea says, "I hope the Democrats bring pins."
Just beep. Yes. So, I mean,
Ace of Cups.
There is no logic. It does not exist.
Yeah.
The Republicans. So, yeah.
Exactly. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. 9 of Wands. Knight of Wands. 6 of...
I mean, AOC will bring a hat pin. She's scrappy. So
this is just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the flex I think it is. And
it never is.
It's a circus. I'm getting heavy circus energy. You remember one of Trump's State of the Unions when he was like giving out prizes, turning the whole thing into...
I'm surprised he didn't have a t-shirt cannon in the middle.
I would have paid to see that.
Oh, God.
Mel Broussard says Secret Service will probably pop them before they could get to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa says, I'm worried about Biden's safety. There are no metal detectors in Congress anymore. Well...
At 25 even, Eileen asks, Will there be any major surprises tonight at the State of the Union?
Like Sarah Huckabee Sanders wearing pants?
Say what you want. She can do a mean smoky eye. Like her eye makeup. The rest of her, not so much. I mean, as far as like, if she had a better personality, she'd be gorgeous. But her personality is so rotten that it just permeates. Mm-hmm. Except for that smoky eye. I got to hand it to her on that one.
Dolly Parton can wear anything. Mm-hmm. Because she has a good heart. Mm-hmm. And she's good people. And anywhere she is she's just a ray of sunshine blessing wherever she goes. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Okay, insult to injury for the State of the Union. That doesn't bode well, but let's see. Are there going to be any surprises? 5 of Wands. 9 of Cups. 10 of Wands. 4 of Wands. Sun. Well, these aren't shocking cards.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of rabble, heckling garbage on the right. Democrats will be like, yeah, whatever. Biden's going to do a good speech. It's going to make the far right look not great, and Trump look not great. But yeah, they're gonna behave badly on the right.
All right.
Thank you, Kristen.
At 2710. Joyce asks, she said, fun question. Will McCarthy rip up Biden's speech afterward? Yeah. Or some other symbolic rot.
We have a fortune, huh? Nine of Wands. Devil. 7 of Wands. I don't know about him ripping it up, but he's, like Marco Rubio, had reality handed to him the other day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he was, I'm getting that kind of energy from McCarthy because the speech itself tells some truths.
Good. Absolutely. Good.
It tells some truths. It exposes on the right, yes, they're going to behave badly, but it's not, look, I don't know if this is going to be a particularly popular State of the Union address, but Biden's got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Infrastructure going forward, record low, 60-year low unemployment numbers, all kind of good stuff. So, well, and then Ricky, I'm so sorry, Ricky. No, I'm not going to be hosting a State of the Union. That I'm just not up to it. But if something happens, I'll of course come on. If it's, then hopefully it wouldn't be anything terrible. Just But anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. Yvonne had asked a question about Sarah Sanders and then how the speech is going to be, how Biden's speech is going to be received, but you've pretty much already tackled that. So
okay,
we're gonna. Unless, well, overall, you talked about how Biden's going to do a good speech. Will the American people take it as they should? Not 30 even.
How American people react to State of the Union speech. Depends who you talk to. Knight of Wands. 8 of Swords. 4 of Cups. 5 of Swords. It depends who you talk to. People on the right are going to hate it. Doesn't matter that this is record low unemployment. Doesn't matter that you bring good stuff. His very existence offends them. Meanwhile, we're over here and we're like, yeah.
Yes, Polly Wanda. After the speech, Sanders is doing the GOP rebuttal speech. So she can't do any worse than
Marco Rubio in the water.
Well, no, Bobby Jindal before him was pretty bad. After, I think it was like Obama's first or second one, they had a Bobby Jindal, and he looked like Kenneth the Page from 30 Rock, and it was so. And he was my governor at the time, and I was just, as soon as they said he was doing it, I was like, no, because I knew what happened, and I was like, man has no charisma. But okay, we are out of SotU, State of the Union. We're out of SotU at the moment. Go ahead.
Froxy Roxy says, does it matter that he will save their Social Security? No. You told me a story. You went to the doctor's office during, it was like just before COVID or something. But you went in and you sat down and you had to wait. And these two people came in who weren't necessarily related, but they had started talking.
Yes.
And so they were sitting near you and they were talking about politics, and they were both super right wing. Do you remember this?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's right. They were both disabled, and they lived in the same apartment complex. So they rode together. They had the same doctor, general practitioner, and they shared a ride or got the bus together. They rode together to the doctor's office, sat in the doctor's office waiting room, while they are in assisted living apartments, assisted low-income living apartments, which is absolutely no judgment. It's just a fact. It's just
right.
On disability, on Medicaid and Medicare. And then they were slamming Dems and entitlements and everything the entire time they were there. And Social Security, this and I'm like,
and from what I remember of the story that you told me was, the woman said something to the effect of, well, nobody should be voting for Democrats. They want to take away our Social Security. Not like the Republicans.
Yeah. Because they drank the Kool-Aid or the orange Tang. I mean, it's...
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
They believe, they vote against their own
self-interest.
Self-interest, and they believe whatever they're told.
That's sad.
I had forgotten that story. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, joy. Because everybody needs a reminder of those kind of people in the world. No, it was
right?
I think of that quite often.
Okay. So we are out of SotU, and we are looking at 35 minutes in. This enraged me to quote you, flames out of the side of my face.
Madeline Kahn from Clue.
Yes.
Flames. And she improvised that. It wasn't in the script. Anyway, go ahead.
No, God bless her, because that's the perfect reaction to this. I'm going to try to get through this. You know me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to get through this without getting so enraged that my Southern comes out full force and without using dirty dirts.
Well, you do you. And I love when you go all Southern because you're funny. But go ahead.
When speaking recently in front of churches, same speech, more than one church, as in not a congregation at a community center, but she literally walked into God's house, right? And spoke in front of churches. Bobblehead has recently had a bad habit of praying for Biden's death. On more than one occasion recently, she's led prayer with, "May his days be few and another take his office. May his days be few."
I guess if you wanted to be generous, it's may his days in office be few. But that's not a good look.
So how long will Christians, and I use this liberally and loosely,
and as a Christian yourself, and as a Christian yourself,
how long will Christians continue to let her do this in their churches? Is this what we can expect moving forward with Y'all Quieda and the Talibangelicals?
Y'all Quieda. And what was the other one?
Talibangelicals. I didn't make those up. Those were in the article that was listed, but they were just chef's kiss, so I had to put them in there. But I'm down with saying Y'all Quieda from here on out. So, because that just, yeah.
Sitting pretty. Please, the evangelicals, that's the key word. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Magician, Temperance. Eventually, enough people will say no, but for now, it gets people in the seats. It gets some of the far-right people that, ooh, this sitting member of Congress is going to talk to us. We better go. And so the people in charge of that church are like, ooh, we're going to make money. They had money. This is, come be a firebrand. Ooh, look at us making money. But eventually there'll be temperance. But, the way that the country is divided is just staggering. And the things that some people will believe.
If I ever walked into a building of supposedly like-minded as far as theological beliefs, people, and heard somebody praying for the death of someone else, even Trump, I don't want him dead. I don't want him hurt. I want him to have the day he deserves on repeat. Only thing malicious I will wish on him is that I wish he will never have a cold side of his pillow, ever. If he was a crafter, I would wish that all of his projects required multiple skeins and he was never able to find all of his colors in the same dye lot, which is pretty cool if you knit or crochet. But having said all that, I just, other than that, the day that he deserves. How someone could not even claim Christianity, but just claim any sort of decency and pop off the mouth. That is just, yeah, I'm with you, Cindy. Like that, and how people didn't get up and didn't call her up is just, that infuriates me. That.
Cindy's saying I would get up, walk out, slam that big church door, and yell heathens on my way out. How dare they wish someone dead? Specifically she. But yeah, they didn't walk out. Electra's asking, does Pluto return have a play? Does Pluto return have a play in the way the country's divided? Will it clear up eventually? Definitely. Things will get better. Oh, shoot.
Oh, look at the little toes.
Hang on. Don't know what happened to the cord. Why did the cord disappear? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I just look over and
beans.
The little beans.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, stuff like this happens, and I just want to and it's like, no, it'll just,
because if you mess with the beans, you get the means. Don't do that.
You mess with the beans, you get the means. I like that. I haven't heard that one before. Oh,
they did not like it when you mess with the beans.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. It was just suddenly like,
no, that we needed that. That was like Lori when she rings her bell or does her smudge. We needed a cleanser. So yes,
love Lori.
Okay. I know. So do I. She's so sweet. Okay, so at 4150, Pete Buttigieg. Did I say that right? Because you know my pronunciations are horrible for everything.
Buttigieg.
That was Buttigieg. Okay, that's fine. Mayor Pete. I'll be good.
Mayor Pete.
Mayor Pete. His name is being floated as a possible contender for the race to replace retiring, Dem Senator Debbie Stabenow in their home state of Michigan, meaning the state where he's living now with his husband. Pete insists that he is perfectly happy at his job as transportation secretary and has no plans to leave. Will he be convinced otherwise?
Seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Actually, it feels like he is actually happy where he is, believe it or not. Okay, are you just trying to... Hi. Are you just showing all the toes? Oh, you big yawn. You just showing all the toes? Sorry.
And he said he's perfectly happy, that he doesn't want to go anywhere, that he has the best job in the world. He's perfectly content with it. But,
plus, he's raising small children, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He and his husband?
They have littles.
Yeah,
so.
littles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Empress, Emperor, Devil. The amount of grief he would get, considering it's Michigan. Remember what happened to Whitmer?
Yeah. Yes, Kelly, we're talking about Mayor Pete.
Yeah. He is happy where he is. I would be worried for his safety.
Yeah. Michigan's a little throwed right now.
Yeah. He should stay where I'm getting a real sense of like he needs to stay where he is. Raise your littles, do the job you like, stay safe.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay, hang on. I need to blow my nose. I will be right with you here.
You're good. So, a little background on the next question, 4430. I didn't have time to put it all in here, but for those wondering what I'm talking about, does anybody remember a couple of months ago when there was like the drag time story hour and the folks got so obsessed with it that they took out the power grid in the place it was supposed to be like, we'll show them, we'll make everybody cold for weeks. I mean, you remember that? Okay. So Once upon a time, white nationalists, white supremacists, and neo-Nazis would burn effigies in yards. Now they are systematically targeting power grid infrastructures when they want to get attention and prove a point. They did this just recently again in Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken, according to the article. Will something be done soon? Or they tried to do it in Baltimore.
To do what?
Take out the power grid.
For what?
Because they didn't agree with something that had happened with yeah. So, but according to the article, that's sort of their new power play. They get attention that way. We'll just take out the power grid. That'll show them.
Well, here's the thing. What planet rules electricity? Uranus. What planet, what sign rules rebellion and revolution? Uranus and Aquarius. What rules electricity? Uranus and Aquarius. What's happening next month? Pluto.
So what you're saying is that this isn't that far-fetched.
This is very
on brand.
This is very Uranus, Aquarius, Aquarian. Right now, Uranus itself is in Taurus, which is the basics. Your base of the food pyramid, not food pyramid. Your base of the needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Taurus is the first earth sign. It grows. It's the farmers. It's the gardens. It's the basic needs like heat, basic creature comforts. Uranus is in Taurus, so you get unexpected energy and rebellious energy there. And Pluto's about to go into Aquarius. So this is astrologically, this makes perfect sense if you're going to be stupid. Oh, look at us. Look at us. Look at the power we have. These guys are idiots. Oh, who said I'd like to see them hit with $1 million fine? Chat said I'd like to see them hit with $1 million fine. Yeah. Because you could kill people. You could literally kill people.
Yeah.
Just going about your business. People who need electricity. They need it for medical reasons. They need it for heat. They need it for light. They need it for basics, cooking, for the fridge, all the food in your fridge.
Yeah.
And then these people get all aggrieved and bent out of shape. So they're going to mess with the electricity because they're children.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it continuing. I've got it.
So it's not going to end anytime soon.
Not according to this. No, it's and right as I put this down, sitting on the top of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Mm-hmm. It's just.
So,
hang on. Let me pull. So I'm sorry. Let me pull just a couple more cards to see. Will they start upping the No. Will they up the criminal, how long you can be put in prison?
The charges. Yeah.
The charges, the fines, that's legal. That's a big legal sword chunk. Full. 7 of Pentacles.
Oh my gosh.
It depends. It feels like it depends what state it is, because my understanding is this is probably a state crime.
Oh no, they're trying to. I mean, they're orchestrating coordinated attacks in different states. Suppose
because this is very much a big new law, consequences. But this is, it's just depends on where they are, depends on what they're doing. Yeah. They might get a little fine. Thank you, Oma. Thank you so much. Thank you. It doesn't feel like, I mean, the extreme version is, back in the old, if you watch the movies from the 30s or something like that, everybody could say things like, if you murdered him, you're going to get the chair, something like that. It's a crime and a punishment that everybody knew at the time. Everybody knew. This doesn't feel like it's okay. If you hey, look, you do that, you're going to prison for 20 years. You're going to get $100,000 fine. 10 of Cups, Knight of Wands, Page of Cups, Hermit. They're going to take it under advisement. They're going to federally. They're going to work on some stuff to try to help, but in the meantime, you get the jerks still doing the thing. I wish I was getting more. Inglis says they tried to destroy the whole of Baltimore. I believe it.
Somebody else posted that they were trying to do something in Florida too. So
Electrostorm just said, will the DOJ eventually get involved? I'm getting weird mixed energy. I'm getting weird mixed energy right now. So maybe we could try it. We could look again soon to see if anything changes. But right now, it almost feels like they're like moving towards something federally. But right now, it seems like things are happening on a more local or state level, and I don't know why. Lola Bell says Saturn in Aquarius could play a part. That's true. Saturn is organized in Aquarius, rebelliousness and electricity. Yes, thank you, Lola.
Organized idiots. Yes.
Yeah, organized children. Thank you, Lola Bell. Thank you.
Oh, Linda says they just arrested 2 people, and yes, the FBI is on the case.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Good.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay.
Well, the next question is at 5240.
Yeah. I just want to say lastly, I agree it should be a federal crime, and I don't know why the FBI wouldn't get involved, why there wouldn't be federal charges. But the energy I was getting, it was like some of the people get off because they're in places where even law enforcement is giving them a pass. Local law enforcement's giving them a pass so the FBI doesn't get involved or something. That's what I was getting. Anyway, please.
Yeah, can do.
Yeah.
Shockwave asks at 5315. The bird flu outbreak. Word.
Yeah.
Is spilling over into mammals. What does that mean for humans? Is this something we kind of need to look out for? Or is this something, I mean, obviously, back up for a second. Everybody, COVID is not over. You still need to remain diligent. Wear your masks, wear your gloves. Stay away from folks. As an Aquarian, I have no problem saying human person 6 feet away. No. So, so if you do all that, then regardless of what comes, you should be better protected.
Yeah. Lola Bell, you would know this off the top of your head. There is something coming up that is traditionally an astrological sign where it's things like plagues happen, where the modern equivalent, is it Saturn conjunct Uranus? No, Saturn conjunct Neptune, I mean. Because right now Neptune's at the end of Pisces. Is it Saturn conjunct Neptune? Or I thought it was something more rare than that. But there were astrologers talking about there's actually something coming that is traditionally been something that like that, and they were. Anyway, the astrologers are keeping an eye out on that, but I can't remember exactly, especially right now because I'm in alpha brain exhaustion. Lola Bell says it's Saturn, Neptune. Yeah, okay. So that's coming up in 2026, I want to say. Is that right? Something like that. Queen of Cups, that's healthcare. That's everyone from this is your moon in Cancer telling you, hello, big mom, medical, wipe your stuff down. Yeah.
Dot your I's, cross your T's, be careful.
Yep. Wash your hands. Take a sweater. Be back by 10. Two of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Not good. Not good. It's expensive. Temperance. All right. Look, we're not going back into.
Right.
We're not going to lose another million people.
Right.
In a year or two. But this is healthcare. This is healthcare and people working together. This is things like the cost of eggs and what that's done. But ultimately, I've got a big angel of temperance here. And when we're talking about possible pandemics or real things getting out of control, this is exactly the card I want to see. A nice major arcana, sana. See if I get any more information. Hang on just a second.
Lola Bell says Saturn Neptune conjunction of February of 2026.
Ding. I saw ran across a video on YouTube a while back. And you see, I'm vegan, so I don't.
Right.
That whole animal husbandry thing to me is not my thing. Mm-hmm. And but they had these very, very they weren't chicks, but they weren't fully grown chickens. And there was a whole, one of those big rooms of them. Mm-hmm. And these guys, they needed to move them somewhere. And so there's this machine. And they got to roll it in, and there's a conveyor belt, right? But to get the chickens onto the conveyor belt, there are, like on a car wash, when you go through a car wash, you get the things spinning, and they're doing this.
Yeah.
Only it was more like instead of, it wasn't even that hard. It was almost like silicone, silicone, little things sticking out that are soft and what have you. Mm-hmm. So it's just going through, and it's just whoop, and they go up. And while I don't, it's like, I don't know what they're doing with them. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like the other. It was like, that has to be the most fun like they've ever had. I'm sorry, I just how cute is that? And they weren't hurt at all, Yeah,
sweet. That is adorable.
Ace of Cups. That's healthcare. I'm still reading on the
bird flu thing.
Bird flu-y thing. Just be cautious. Just be cautious. Stuff's gonna come around. It just happens. Don't listen to these idiots on the right who are tell you, oh, don't get vaccinated, don't get this, don't get that. I understand there's some people you can't get vaccinated for a reason. Like there's a medical reason why you can't. Bless you. Mm-hmm. But this is just needless pain and grief.
I do have a good note to end this on.
Yeah.
Something that I read, and I'd have to look it up to put the thing in the chat, but I read it yesterday or the day before. So many people have been vaccinated that they anticipated this last winter COVID numbers to like bloom. And they got nowhere near as bad as they were braced for, because we've gotten some immunity due to people being vaccinated and doing what they are told. So enough awesome people not only overrode those who couldn't vaccinate because they literally couldn't, but the idiots too. So, yay! So good job, folks. People were saved because of you.
Yes.
So that's a good thing to end that kind of talk on. So, last question. And this too is from Shockwave. So at 1 hour, 50 seconds. Okay. The Texas Department of Public Safety will no longer enforce a state law prohibiting adults ages 18 to 20 from carrying handguns in public. In Texas. Will other states soon adopt these loose rules / enforcements? So the law states that if you are between 18 and 20, thou shalt not go waving thy gun in public. But now they're just not going to enforce it anymore. They haven't repealed it, but they've just chosen not to enforce it.
Charity, we're just not gonna. 2 of Wands, Strength, and 4 of Swords. Well, the people on the right would like it to spread, but there are plenty of blue states that are going to be like, no. I don't have this. The energy feels like it's how do I put this? The energy of like everybody can have a gun, take it anywhere they want would be like expanding that energy, but it actually feels like it's slightly contracting. Slightly. So I think we're more we're moving more toward, we don't want more guns. And how many shootings do we have to have before this kicks in? But the energy doesn't feel like it's expanding. It feels like it's actually contracting a little bit. That's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Brolin says, I guarantee you they'll enforce it for Black people.
There's that.
Ugh. Racism is sick.
Yeah. So it will be enforced for those with melanin, unfortunately. So, well, we're going to end back on a thank you again for doing what you're supposed to do and staying boosted and vaccinated and helping taking care of each other and your fellow man. We're going to listen to Biden talk about all the awesome things that the GOP does not want to hear tonight during the State of the Union. Mm-hmm. We're going to laugh at the stupidity of the GOP, who think that they're just so whatever, but in all actuality, it's like hurting toddlers at a daycare center. We're going to be okay. We're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good week. Everything is going to be awesome. And you guys are great.
Yes, you very much are. And you are great.
I do in a pinch. So.
Is that, so we're out of questions? We're done?
We're out of questions. That is, okay. We're done.
Again, I just want to ask everybody, please do go to the community page. Yes. Or, if you're watching this in a replay, the comment section here will work too. It'd be probably more fun if everybody went to the community page, but that's okay. We really need funny or amusing or interesting political questions and answers in the style of kind of Family Feud, but making fun of politicians. So
and if you see a cute question and you want to answer it, just reply to that question with the answer.
Yeah. Help each other. You know. And I'd really, really appreciate it. It'd make a huge difference. And if anybody is you can't afford to kick in for the actual fundraiser Friday night, if you can help with the questions, the answers, to make people laugh and smile, or just make it better. That I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And so anyway, all right, that's going to do it for us for today. Thank you so much. I'm not going to have a watch party tonight, Hippie Gypsy. I'm just going to, we'll talk about it tomorrow if there's any questions that come up, unless there's something big that happens. But hopefully it will just be, Biden will be okay. Everybody will be okay. The right will do their stupid little dance of, childishness, and we move on. That's what I'm hoping. So.
Dance with the dunce caps.
Dum 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 dum. Dance with the dunce caps. You're awesome. All right, everybody, take care. You are not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.